You might miss this one the first time and select 4 because it looks like 2 times 4, 4 times 4, 6 times 4, 8 times 4 is the constant of proportionality. But remember, the constant of proportionality is found, and this is another question later that you're going to see, the constant is found when you take y and divide by x. That is our way of finding the constant. So you want to take the y value and then divide by the x value. So if you do that in this particular case, you're taking 2 and you're dividing by 8, which gives you a quarter, 0.25, or 1/4, which is the answer for this particular one. So just be careful with these latter half ones. You know, they're trying to make sure that you understand the constant is y divided by x, not the other way around. The reciprocal will get you back, but we need to know the constant from getting from x term to the y term. So we're looking for the number we can multiply to make it shrink here, which is multiplying it by a quarter. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's go to the next one, number 7. So NTI day 1, number 7. And this particular one just wants you to find the missing value. So you start by, we're assuming this is proportional by what we've been doing lately. So we know that there's going to be something to get me over here. And it looks like 2 times 3 will make it work. So times 3 is our constant. So 5 times 3 would give me 15. Pretty easy stuff. Most of you probably don't need the video for these. But I'm going to post it anyway just to help those that might be a little bit behind. That was number 7. So let's open up number 8 and look at that one. And this is what I just talked about a while ago. To find the constant, there's a specific thing that we do. We take the y term and we divide by the x. It's always going to be that way. It's how you're going to find slope when you take algebra 1. It'll be your y divided by your x. Rise over run. Up and down, over left and right. So y over x. So that's that one. Let's look at the next one, number 9. We're almost done with today's. So number 9 has a proportional relationship between A and B. So there's a relationship that we know that's happening between these two. If you look at them, 4 times 3-ish, a little less than 3, will make it work. So whenever you have a constant that's going to come out weird like this, you could always possibly look at the vertical relationship. It's something that you could do. Notice that they times 2 to get to 8, so they times 2 to get there. And so you could look at the relationship between 8 and 16, and that was a times 2. So it should have that relationship here, times 2 to get a 44. You could do it that way, or you could go a little old school, find the actual constant of proportionality, and divide by 4 with your first 2 terms that you know. You could use that as your constant to jump from 16 over. So if you multiply it by 16, it should also give you 44. So a couple of different ways to get there, but all the same. And then let's look at excuse me, the last one, number 10. And this 10th one just wants you to pick the table that shows a proportional relationship. So actually, I'm probably just going to zoom back in on this one because these are kind of small. So which table shows a proportional relationship? Well, let's see. A. Let's start with that one. It looks like times by 5 works for the first one. So 2 times 5, yes. 1 times 5, yes. 0 times 5 is 0. Yeah, so that one looks good. This one looks like it's going to be a weird number if it does work. The other ones, let's see, 8 times, there's not really any whole numbers that work there. So I'm just going to jump in with A because times 5 worked for every one of them. These other ones don't seem to be working very well. Although there are patterns in most of them, there's not a constant of proportionality pattern. So I'm going to pick A for this one. And there you guys go. That's your NTI day 1, 2 videos. That was all it took, 10 minutes. I mean, if you can do this in 10 minutes, that's pretty good. That's all you got to do. Have a good one. See you tomorrow.